Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Pit Stop. I gotta tell you, people, I'm a little angry right now. I'm not angry. I'm angry. I tell you, you better, share this video. You better, get the word out. If we don't get to 50 live people watching this show, it's the last Pit Stop ever. Ever. I promise. I never lie. I promise. If we don't get to 50, that's it. All right. How you doing, Amir? Weird beginning, huh?
I'm good, man. I was doing all the hand movements and gestures for you. It caught me by surprise because I'm like, Sean's usually like, "Hi, everybody, welcome to the Sim Pit. How are you doing today?" And you were like, "Hi, welcome to the Sim Pit." And I was like, "Whoa!" We were just talking a couple minutes ago, and you were like, all happy and giddy, and I was like, "Whoa, where did this come from?"
I was trying to play it down because, I feel like I'm a little too good a mood today. I don't know. Yeah. So,
okay.
I am in a good mood. It's Friday. It's been a good week.
It is.
Got a lot of stuff done. Had some ups, had some downs, but all in all, it's going great.
Good, man.
How about you? How you doing, buddy?
Good. It's been a long. I can't say it's a long week. It's been a week. Yeah, taking care of some real life stuff, and then after after the issues I had in Daytona, I was like, "F it!" I went and bought a new motherboard, new processor for my gaming PC. I was like, "All right," because my PC, I got the blue screen of death twice during the race. So I'm like, and in previous the road races, I've been having issues too. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm not even going to troubleshoot. I'm not even going to do anything. I'm just going to go and buy new parts. So I went and bought a new motherboard, new processor, got all that put into the gaming PC, and I was like, all right, so I can put the old parts into my editing PC because it's not going to get as stressed as my gaming PC.
Right.
So the gaming PC, everything went smooth. Everything just booted up perfectly. I didn't have to do anything. The motherboard was automatic. Hey, here's all the drivers you need to update. Went ahead and updated it for me right away, and then came the editing PC. Oh my god, that was a nightmare. It didn't recognize anything. It wouldn't load up any of the drivers. So I'm going to the other PC to download the drivers to bring it to this PC, and some of them didn't work, and especially the network controller. So I'm like, oh my god. And
Hold
downloaded.
Hold on. Can you hold that thought? I just want everyone to know this isn't even Amir's rant of the day. I just want you to know this is just Amir on Medium. All right, continue, please.
And so
Here, I'll go to mini. I'm gonna go to a mid rant cam for Amir. All right, please continue, Amir. Please continue.
No, and so then the drivers from MSI didn't work for the network controller. Then all right, let me go to Intel. So then I went to Intel. Those network drivers didn't work. And then I ended up going to some other website that had this guy collected all the drivers for the network cards, and then that one worked. And so I got that done 3 hours ago. Got this PC up and running and everything going. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good now, man.
Oh, you're good? All right. That's good. Okay. I'm glad to hear that you're good and everything's coming along.
Yeah.
I know how frustrating all that can be, I'm sure. Tom Jones!
Yeah. Wow,
F you, Dollar General.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Well, okay. We are at 23 viewers. I'm smiling
26.
and I'm having a good time. But my promise is true. If we don't get to 50 people during this live, it's the last pit stop ever. Ever. Okay? Don't you shrug me off. All right, how about some good mornings? Should we do some good mornings?
Let's do some good mornings, man.
Alesh Mom, getting the wiggly jiggly characters involved in the good morning. Good morning, Callum. Woo woo. How you doing, buddy? Looking at the rig behind the cup of coffee, there has a lot of buttons and knobs. That would be our opening screen. That's been around for a while. We might have to actually create a new opening screen. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of like that one. That one came out cool. I do like to play with knobs, by the way. I
know you do.
You can quote me on that. You can GIF me on that.
You heard that, everybody. Sean likes knobs. Ooh. Yeah.
The new meaning of the pit stop is how fast Sean can change a wheelbase. Did you see that, by the way? Did you see my NASCAR style
I did.
base change?
It was close. It was NASCAR level, just not quite F1 level. But you're getting there, man.
Yeah, well, those guys at F1, they pay an extra 0 on the end, right? Like that,
Right.
And they train at a whole different level as well. I feel pretty good about it. Good morning, David. Good morning, Dirge. Good morning, obviously, Tom Jones. David Payne. Brian O'Strike.
Hi.
Joa, good morning to you. And
Yeah.
Caractacus made it. Heiko's here as well. We're up to 29 on my counter here. I see 29. What do you got?
I'm at 31. 31!
You know, I'm not sure. In the end, we better not be close because it'll be coming down to like, whose counter do we go by? I'm seeing 29. Actually, I see 31. I do see 31. Okay, enough of that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold Brian to Brian. I was having a talk with Brian the other day. He was like, "I'm holding it to it now." He said he's gonna start racing with us in endurance races. So I'm gonna hold him to it now from now on.
Awesome.
I know.
I wish you all the best of luck.
Yeah. No, and Brian, I'm gonna get to it. That's part of my rant when we get into what everything that happened at Daytona. That's gonna be part of my rant. So.
All right. Well, actually, I think that's how I want to start today's show off. I think Daytona, in my opinion, was the biggest news in sim racing. Mm-hmm. If I were going to do a race or had the capability or strength to run a race, it would be Daytona. We're at 38. All right. We're only 12 live viewers away from the continuation of the pit stop, and we will keep them going. I just need to see 50. I mean, we put a lot of work in here.
I don't know, Brian. I read that as you're going to. Just saying.
All right, posting away. Awesome, you guys are my heroes. All right, so here we have a beautiful graphic. Look at those cars. Mm-hmm. Look at those beautiful sim pit machines. All right, I just want to give you some stats on how things played out. Obviously, sim pit Team Orange. Bear with me. Sim pit Team Orange, which was Amir Assad, Johnny Alford, Noah Hinton, and Mike Pepper. These guys, what a day. What a day. What a 24-hour segment they had. They were in a strength of field of 2022. 2022. They started in 17th. They finished P4. How do you go from 17th to P4? What?
Wait, no. What you the team? Sam wasn't on our team.
No, not Sam. I didn't say Sam.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, we started 19th. We started 19th and then got up all the way up to 4th.
Oh, okay. Anyway, you guys did 752 laps with Johnny Alford running the most laps. The fastest average lap was actually Amir, Mr. Consistency, with an average lap of 149. Noah, however, did lay down the fastest team lap of the day, 145.232. Anyway, great job by those guys. Obviously, some ups and downs. Amir's going to give you his own recap here. Let me get through the whole thing. Anyway, Team Blue, strength field 1960. Very close. You guys weren't in the same split?
They were 3 splits behind us. Like, we were split. Wow. Like, there was 48 splits during our time zone. Or the time slot, though, there was 48 splits. We were split 14, and I believe they were split 17.
The strength of field was only 80 apart.
Yeah, we were in the same split as Freedom Sport. They were racing the GTPs, so we were racing along with buddies that race with us too. That was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah, that was really cool seeing Freedom Sport in the same session as us, getting bullied by them in the GTPs, but it's okay.
Man, I just got blinded by the light. Oh wow. Team Blue started 25th out of 26, so literally back row of the GT3 cars. Finished P10, completing 735 laps. The bigger team on Team Blue: Sam Hinchy, Ola Sarnquist, Chris Generelli, Carl Schwing, Andrew White were the teams. And let's see, it looks like Chris Generelli ran the fastest lap on the team. Shows you how close. 145, yep. 123. Almost the exact same time as Noah Hinton. And Sam Hinchey was the biggest SR loss. He lost half a 0.5 on his. I know Carl had a wild incident where their GTP rejoined like a psycho. Some GTP rejoined like a psychopath and slammed into him. Gotta love that kind of stuff. Andrew White survived a 3-wide run through turn 1 with a GTP and GT3 car. I'm sure that had to have been fun.
Yeah.
One team in their split had 231 incidents. One guy on the team alone had 120 incidents in 153 laps. 7 drive-through penalties. Only 2 GT3 teams in that split didn't hit 100. P3 and P4 had 88 and 99. All right. Combined, our teams ran 1,487 laps. Very, very cool. 2 drive-throughs for Team Blue, 1 for Team Orange. All right. Anyway, that is an awesome recap on how the Sim Pit. Now, I want to know from your words. Hold on, let me make sure Discord's working and I've got Amir on camera. Now, what are your thoughts on the event, Amir?
It was, oh my gosh. This probably, well, yes. Like, I mean, I'll get some of the good out of the way. This was iRacing's biggest special event endurance race that they've ever done, and there was, I think, 28,000 people that did Daytona this year. But
I have that
with that, with that, dude, I don't know what it is with iRacing, because it wasn't just us. Like, I noticed it on other people's streams. I've noticed it in the top split streams. The level of driving has gone so far down, just like compared to last year's Daytona. It was a bloodbath in almost every single split. And dude, like, people, GTPs not caring about waiting, they were just constantly dive bombing, constantly bumping other cars out of the way. I mean, we were getting to the point where, like, we knew who these guys were. Like, we see the car coming up from behind, we just, like, move to the side as far as we can just to avoid them. And, like, it got to the point where there was actually people in the stream, like, or not the stream, but in the game chat, like, putting out bounties on other people's just because of how bad the level of driving was. Like, that's how insane it was. Like, we lost, and I noticed it too, like, almost every single split lost about half the field because of incidents. There was one split, there's a video out there, I can't remember who it was, and I wish I could remember his name off the top of my head. There was a team out there, and they had pro real-life drivers, F3 drivers in there. It's posted on the iRacing forums, and you probably Google it too on YouTube. That team had over 300 incidents. They had a total of 13 drive-throughs, and this is coming from real-life racers, not just like people moving over from Forza or anything like that. Like, it was just crazy, man. But the race, like, was great. Like, we had Noah started the race, everything was going great. We had a couple of near misses here and there, getting bullied a little bit, and then I get into the car and people are watching the stream. I had an internet disconnect, and then I had 2 computer crashes, and then getting taken out by GTPs. Like, it wasn't even like GT3s. Like, the GT3s were driving probably the cleanest out of everybody. And dude, like, to come back and to finish third, like, or fourth, like, we could have, like, if it wasn't for my issues that I had, we could have easily probably won the race too. Like, that's how good we were doing. But like, with the amount of times we got pissed on by the other drivers, like, our car was so damaged. Like, everybody else, like, a couple of the drivers, like, in the top 2 drivers were doing 44s, 45s. Like, we were struggling hard to do 46s, just with the amount of driving.
That makes.
But yeah, but dude, it was so crazy, like, to see, like, yes, iRacing is bragging. Like, it kind of hurts me to say it, like, iRacing is bragging, like, yeah, we had all these drivers, all this stuff, the most laps ever, the biggest special event. But then you see like the driving standards that were going on in these races, and it was BS. Like there was talks amongst us what's the point of like driving if we're gonna get constantly taken out by other drivers? And other streamers were saying the same thing too. I know a couple other streamers, they stopped their streams because they got taken out throughout the night and everything like
Right.
that. It's just like it really pisses me off to say, like, we have people that spend, a month, 2 months practicing for all these endurance races, only for, I'm going to say it for lack of a better word, these shitheads that have no respect for other people, and just driving like they're the only people on this road. And I think a lot of it had to be due also, not just with the driving standards, but then iRacing messing up the GTP cars because they were driving so much faster than they're supposed to drive. They have so much grip. Like, dude, they were catching us so quick, and then like in the corners, like holy crap, like we were just getting mobbed. So like
Right.
iRacing didn't even bother fixing these cars before the ban, which I think added to the way people were driving too. So to me, like, I don't even really like. I don't know if I would even consider this event a win because it irritated, and a lot of drivers got taken out of this race, couldn't participate in it because of the driving standards. I don't consider it a win. So I hope, like, I don't know if what iRacing can do because we already have SR, you already have the reporting system and everything, but like I don't know
It's
what
not a
else
big
can
enough
be
penalty,
done.
obviously.
Well, like I think like to me like to me it was like you get your 100 incident limits, and then you get your drive through, and then it's 20 incidents after that. You get another drive through. Like, well, I think maybe they just need to put a limit on incidents. Like, if you get 150, then you're DQ'd from the race. Like, you can't finish anymore because there was teams out there that were over 300 incident limit,
Right.
and we're still driving and not caring about everybody else. So even I think in the top split, I think there was like 15, 16 teams that didn't even finish the race. Like, to me, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
stupid. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
Well, I mean, okay, so I'm gonna bring you back down. Are you calm? You're all calm down?
I'm good now. I'm good, but it was good. I'm happy. But I'm no. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm happy for the team, for both teams. Johnny, Noah, Mike on my team. You guys drove great. You guys were amazing as a team. I mean, dude, I was like so frustrated with myself because of what was going on with me, but they never gave up. They never quit, and we kept on driving. And, they were there to save me when I had my issues. And then for the other team, with Ola, Chris, Andrew, Sam, who else was on there too?
Andrew?
Carl, like Andrew, Carl, like those guys had a great race too. They had their issues too with other drivers, and for them still to come home in 10th place, like, to me, dude, this was like Death Race 2025, and we survived it. So
It sounds like it. So, I mean, I don't want to turn this into a full-on bashing on iRacing because the event they
Yeah.
put on is rather spectacular, and we're going to get to their overall stats and everything that they
Yeah.
do brag about. But at some point, you gotta wonder. I always kind of had issue with the incident rating system just being a 50-50. Like, no matter what, whether you were at fault or not, you were going to get hit with half of the penalty, for, like, contact. And there was never any kind of game understanding of situational awareness or rules of racing, even. And I always thought that was extremely unfair. And I think because for so long now we've been playing with this, it just gets divided between the two of us. It really doesn't put enough fault on the driver at fault. And because of that, and Joa said, it's kind of the same in all of gaming. You'd expect certain behavior at the highest levels. Maybe it's a televised event. Maybe you've got sponsorships on the line. But the time you start getting down into the 10th, 12th, 20th, 30th, 40th, 50th splits, come on, people. You're into gentleman racing now. You're not getting a trophy. No one's friggin' watching. And in a 24-hour event, if you can't wait one corner,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't be doing endurance racing. Period. End of story. I mean, and I'm not excusing what they do at the top level, but in the case of real life, there's millions of dollars at the racing. In sim racing, there's tens of dollars at stake.
Yeah. Dude, and I'll say it, man. Like, and I want to give a shout out to Frito Sport and Edgar Sancinelli and Neil McDougall, all those team, everybody on that team. Like, out of all the racing, like, the GT3 drivers were super courteous. Like, we were battling each other, but we were still respectful. But like the Frito Sport, they were driving in the GTP car, and I've got to give them mad respect, mad props, because, dude, so many times they would come up on us. They could have easily done what every other GTP car was doing. Easily, being aggressive, being, dive bombing, driving on the outside of the corners and stuff. But no, they just would stay behind us, wait for, us to be good coming out of the corner, and then they go for the passes like you're supposed to do in real racing.
Yeah. Sorry, Edgar, we were talking about you. Yeah, all the dive bombing, in the GT3s. It was unbearable. No, I'm kidding, buddy.
And I know, like, they probably like lost quite, they lost time, being the respectful team. But to me, they were, like, I think they were one of the few true winners out of that race that was there going on, because of the driving standards that they were holding themselves to.
Yeah. I wanted to, let's see here. Andres reporting in. Yeah, how many of you, who else ran maybe with other teams? How did your days go in the 24? Did you see the same kind of thing going on? Did you watch other streams, see the same thing going on? Andres saying Kingsman Racing with Oldest leading the way took third in their split. Mm-hmm. Great job by some SimPit community racers. Amir's camera broke. No, Amir's camera looks great. My camera broke. Like, no money in the wallet broke. Like, broke ass. Right? And we have officially, I've seen it cross on both counters. It's gone over. Right now we're at 52. Big pat on the back to the SimPit community. Saving the pit stop. Oh, well done. Well done. My threats were not idle. All right. Let's see here. Any other chat? I missed a bunch of chat here. Sorry, anybody, if anything out there. So yeah, is this Mr. Beast stream with this many viewers? I know, we're gonna break the internet. Because we got 50. All right. Let's see here. Actually, I'm gonna skip. We'll come back to the SimPit. Let's just stick with the iRacing. Topic here. 23,397 iRacers entered the Daytona 24. Tom asked, no, I think 48? Is that what you said? 48 splits?
In our session, with us, like our time slot, there was 48. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just one of 4 time slots.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah. So no, I mean, it could have been more like, it could have been close to 200 total splits.
Yeah, I mean, we were prime time, so usually that's when most people race.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't really look and see how many total splits there were for the entire race.
So let's see here. You all showed up at Daytona and drove a combined 2,915,000 laps for a total of 89,444 hours of racing. I don't even know what that means. I really don't.
I don't either, yeah. I mean, I thought it was a 24-hour race.
Yeah, I think that, did they multiply by the amount of people? I don't even know what
they do, right? That's what they're doing it, probably, yep.
Let's see. 1 game, 4 series, unlimited possibilities. NASCAR 25 will feature NASCAR Cup, Xfinity, Craftsman Truck, and Arkham Menards. And I have to confess, when I'm pointing a finger at iRacing about stewarding or aren't we in the AI era? Can't we get some AI refereeing going on? Come on. Can't you guys be the innovators of such a thing? Maybe Formula One and IndyCar will implement it after you guys have created it. You guys have enough money to do all these spawn-off console games. How about putting some money into stewarding? How about putting some money into something, or coming up with a more sophisticated iRating and safety rating. We've depended on the exact same system since the inception of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's time to rethink exactly how it works. Because I, again, if we're in the me era, and I think it's fair to say that, and whatever, we can turn that could be a whole other pit stop, but I think it's fair to say if people in the 20-second split can't understand it's gentleman racing, then we're in the me era. And if that's the case, then we need a different rule set, because there have to be harsher consequences and penalties when teams do put in. They're bragging, like you said. They're bragging about the total 89,000 hours of racing. Well, people probably put 10 times that into preparation. So when you think about that, and you take their numbers and you round them out times practice, 2,915,000 laps. So we might be talking 29 million laps of practice done by that same group of 23,000 racers.
Yeah. And and this is the thing that that kind of I'm like, I don't like what iRacing does. Like, I enjoy like when it comes to people getting bans or discipline, when you once they get reported and stuff. Like, I wish iRacing, like, you don't have to say names or anything, just say hey, X amount of accounts received a 2-day ban, 3-day ban, 1-week ban, lifetime ban. Like, I think that would do more goodwill to the dedicated community, showing that, hey, because I see it I see it on the Reddit, on the forums, where people think that they get others get away with so many things in iRacing. They don't care about making sure there's good discipline driving. But I think if they actually posted stats saying, hey, here's what we did, it would help make the community feel a lot better about when they're driving. Because like, I see it like in other games, like Call of Duty, Destiny 2, Delta Force, like all these other games like MMOs and FPSs. Like, they on a weekly or monthly basis, they'll post, hey, here's what we've done to clean up the servers, here's what we've done to eliminate cheating or griefing or any of that other stuff. And but to me, that helps bridge that community a little bit, make you have more faith into, hey, we're actually doing our jobs and making sure we provide a good space for people to enjoy and have fun. That's just my thing. I would like, don't say names, don't say anything, just post, hey, here's our stats, here's the results of what happened when we did our review this week or this month. Just
sure.
Yeah,
or maybe some kind of it's not my iRating. iRating is like the results of racing a little more than the safety rating one. The safety rating one is the one that really upsets me about that. Or increasing the amount of incidents, or getting to the point where at some point you do have to start DQing teams. So unlimited with drive-throughs. But I don't know. This is all arguable at the same time. Andrus isn't ranting about other drivers. Me. Yeah, touche. But who is it? The accused or the accuser? I don't know. But racing is a really interesting sport. Our rule book is not quite the same as clear as football or basketball. There's so much that you just can't even make like the same arguments for penalties and infractions and what you deserve and whose line. We could argue these things all day long, and even aggressive driving. It's like, well, I don't know. I mean, it's also sometimes it's just an accident, right? And so how do you differentiate between accident, which we all make, and problem or violation or infraction? I mean, geez, even at the $1 million level, look at Formula One. Sometimes their decisions don't necessarily make sense, but it might be that same logic. It's like, well, how do you determine that it was the difference between deliberate action and an accident? By the nature of what we're doing and racing for milliseconds, accidents happen. It's inconceivable to act as though it wouldn't. But again, it did sound like a very, very brutal year of the Daytona 24. I've heard
Yeah.
that all around. Hey, you want further proof? Here you go. Over here at
Yeah.
Overtake.
Yeah, exactly.
Ferrari disqualified from iRacing Daytona 24. Max Verstappen's been disqualified. There's been all sorts of questionable things when it comes to racing. Maybe that's the beauty. Maybe we should embrace this moment. Because now we are really starting to look like real life racing.
Yeah.
We have all of the legal, behind the scenes after effects of real life racing. That was not the case 10 years ago. If you think about it. E-cheaters.
I like maybe
Yes,
like, and if,
but Scott Speed got DQ'd.
or he got banned for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until they started doing celebrity events, and then he was unbanned.
I know.
What? And a couple of NASCAR drivers have been banned, and some of them unceremoniously. Yeah. Some of them for really bad reasons, like really bad reasons.
Let's not get into that one.
Yeah.
But no, that's good to hear, man. Like, I didn't even think about this trick that Ferrari pulled off. Like, holy crap. That was something I would have never even thought of. And for them to actually do it at that level, and like, this is where, like, okay, I ranted about iRacing and how they do things, but like, for them to catch this and immediately know how they did it was like, okay, you're showing that you care about the top split, but still, what about the rest of us? But it was good to see that, hey, they took action against Ferrari. Like, holy crap, like, they actually went after them for pulling that cheap stunt. Yeah.
There was a time where their review board and everything was a lot more serious. I think just at the numbers they just really haven't kept up with it, and I think they've just gotten really kind of light in it in general, unless it's just the most glaring infraction.
I mean, we don't know because they don't post anything, so we don't know what.
Yeah.
If they're actually like still full bore, like hardcore taking action against people, or if they're not. Like, that's kind of my thing. Is like, I wish they would actually like say, hey, here's stats from what we did for the past month on driving standards. I wish they would do that.
I think
so
we
should
know. Put people in like the gallows and throw lettuce at them. Tar and feather.
Or throw rotten tomatoes and all that stuff on them. Yeah.
Make them walk through the streets and everyone ridicule them. It'll clean it up. I tell you what, if you did that, you know what? It'd be really clean driving. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not voting. I'm just saying. Is Austin Agnosti still banned from iRacing? I don't know, but isn't he now affiliated with Project Cars 3?
Yeah, he's part of Project Motorsport now. He's one of the, I don't know what his title is, but I know he's working
Motorsport
with the studio there. Yeah.
You know what's easier to say than Project Motorsport?
Project Cars
3.
Or just call it what it was supposed to be called originally.
I had that on my feed.
GT Revival.
GT Revival. I think he might have been. It might have been begging for like a lawsuit, even if it was just out of spite.
Yeah. Like,
oh no, just stay away from the whole GT because of previous things.
Could be, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. And then again, I've never known him to like steer away from that kind of stuff. So, so there was an update patch for Assetto Corsa Evo. And a few things have been. One thing is you can now customize your car in offline mode. I guess that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, and I'll add to it is like, I did one stream with it, and I haven't released a review video of it yet because there were some features they promised that would be at launch that they still haven't implemented yet. So I was waiting for those features to get implemented first because I don't want to sit there and do a review and then next day to come out with those features that they promised. So I was waiting for those features to get implemented first that they promised us on release, and then I'll do like a quick initial review, because it's not even a really review. The game is still early access,
Yeah.
so I don't think it really deserves like a full review on it. But I don't know I don't know if you have you tried it yet, Sean?
No.
Dude, it feels really good. I am really surprised. There are still some issues with it, but driving wise, they still need to work on the force feedback a little bit. The road noise or textures feel a little numb still,
Right.
like when you hit the curbs and stuff. But I was really surprised at how connected you really feel with these cars through through the forces it gives you. Like, when you're driving a front wheel drive car, when you're driving like a rear wheel drive race car, like it tells you exactly what's going on with the car at all times. Like, not once did I feel like, if I hit the limit or I go over the limit and I spin the car out, it's because of me, because I messed up. Like, I immediately know, like, oh crap, I just effed up, and it happens. So like, I'm really really surprised with how good AC Evo is when it's working right, when everything's working right. But yeah, it's cool. Like, I recommend it. Like, if people are wanting, and you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a more hardcore version of Gran Turismo 4 in a way. Like, it feels like it's going to be one of those games where it's going to be a car lover's game or car lover sim, versus like a racing title.
Well, that's cool. I'll tell you what. I'll try to fire it up and go live over the weekend.
Okay.
That is going to fit what I've been telling people I'm going to do. So we did... Oh, I forgot to go back to the pit stop. That reminds me. I'm totally out of order. I'm out of order. You're out of order.
You're out of order.
The whole thing's out of order.
You can't handle the truth.
All right, that's it. You guys may... I promised you more pit stops, but I didn't say we had to keep this one going any longer. I'm in a weird mood. Alright. I will go live with AC Evo over the weekend. I don't know when yet, but I'll fit it in. I'm going to make sure I do that. Going back to the sim pit, and again, this is what reminded me, was because I did what I wanted to do. I'm like right on pace with what I wanted to do. And you guys tell me. You guys feel free. You can be harsh, and I won't even hold it against you. I was like, okay, I want to just get videos a little shorter and a little more, have more fun, get it all be like more like just hanging out, being part of the sim pit. Now, I haven't relaxed my tempo so much still, but I will. But it was like, cool, why don't we do an unboxing with this Neo X? And then I'll put a wheel on it. We'll get that thing ready to go. But we'll take a look at it, and I want to put that video out. And then after that, I want to go ahead and do a live testing, because I was like, our viewers know as much about things as we do in a lot of cases. I always say, like, and I'm sure you're starting to get this in your head too, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, right? I know a little bit about everything. I've played with just about every wheelbase there is on the market, right? But then, like, taste someone like Joa, who is like, knows every single thing about his sim magic base, right? Knows every fix, every tip, every trick, because that's his base. He uses it every single day. And I sorry to sing you out, but like, if I have a question on sim magic, I turn to Joa. So, and I think that that's a very fair assessment of what we do. And any reviewer tells you otherwise is probably lying, because like they have a different wheel on their rig every day. That's my job. Okay, so with that said, when I get some... Whoa, hey, spam. Pink and it's oval. So, now I lost my train of thought. No, so I figured if I go live with a live testing, that allows our expert viewers to point things out, which might actually help in the actual review. And I kind of like that. And then it also brings people a little bit in on, hey, if things are going to go wrong, it's going to happen live, right? Yeah. And it absolves me of having to be in that weird indecision mode of, yes, that was my ringtone, Tom. It puts me in that position of, like, do I, like, just, like, tell everyone this had a problem? Luckily that hasn't been a problem over the years too much, but Yeah. Anyway, sure enough, there was a problem, but it wasn't with the Neo X wheel.
Right.
I have a very dated Alpha Simagic base, and it has one of those like PS4 looking power plugs.
Yep.
And the plug failed during the stream.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so I tried to do a wheelbase change. Well, no, I didn't try. I switched to an Alpha Ultimate on the fly, like in like I don't know. I wouldn't say it was fast. It was probably like 5 minutes.
We were there like.
Yeah, it was like I went over here, I grabbed the box, I pulled it out of the box, 4 bolts later, I had the other one off my rig, yanked the power supply, threw it all in the corner, threw a new wheel on. But the game doesn't allow you to remap controls while you're in there. And it killed my rally, and the whole thing was kind of a buzzkill. So I ended the stream. And then really weirdly, I went back to finish the rally, which we'll get to when we get to rally results. And then my computer locked up on the next rally, and then I ran the final stage. So at least I did attempt to complete the rally, and I did cross the finish line of checkered, but like the sweeper had to come get me on stages 5, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
So brutal rally, by the way. We'll get to that. So anyway, I did what I wanted with the Neo. We did an unboxing. We did a live testing. And now I have the full review, which will come out over the weekend, guaranteed. 100%. At some point over the weekend. I don't have a sure time on it just yet. And that was pretty much it from that, because that was our live stream also of the week that we did. Anyway, where were we? That was going back in time.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say like Star Fox. Like I know, I mean, I probably meant to say Gran Turismo too, but like, and I mean that in the sincere, honestly, like I mean that as a compliment to AC Evo. Is like that's one of the things I loved about Gran Turismo is it used to be the car collect. You know, it used to be a game for car lovers, and then slowly it went away from that, and like. And I hope like that's how AC Evo is going to be, where it's going to be, you know, a car lover simulator, where like I can sit there, like I can buy the Honda S2000, modify it, you know, take out the cloth seats, put in leather seats, or like do some upgrades to it, and then go out on the track and drive it. Like I wish that's how it's going to be, because I kind of miss that from the old Gran Turismo games. Right. Yeah.
That is, well, and that's fun, and it gets into something that I think is sometimes forgotten in sim racing titles. And if you go back to Alan Hartman, he was the second in charge of Forza in the original days. I think his name is still there, but I'm not sure. I mean, him and Dan Grenewalt used to be like very hands-on, and I don't think that's even close to the case anymore. But anyway, in his word, you know, this is also about car culture. And a love for cars and automotive. It's not even just always racing for a lot of people. Sometimes it's just the cars themselves and the tracks, and that includes street models, by the way, which is why like Gran Turismo has been so popular over the years. So, anyway, I dig that. That is cool. I think at one point we broke 60. So we are like technically 10% over, which means I guarantee this show will go over an hour today.
Probably.
That sounds like a raw deal. That doesn't sound like much payback. Yeah. All right.
Dan, I have all the footage filmed and everything. I just got to start editing it. Like, if you missed it earlier, I was talking about me changing PCs around and stuff, but that set me back a couple of days. But I mean, I just got to edit the video and put it together now. And SNK fan is asking you, Sean.
It's not Silverstone.
That's your most overrated track?
Yeah, Silverstone is like this like prestigious, world-renowned track, and I think it's a terrible track. So yeah, I call it overrated. Is that fair? Is it just because I hate the track? Fair.
I mean, when you
they improved it. I will give.
No, I don't think they improved it. The old layout was so much better.
Yeah,
I think the old layout was so much better.
I could say something really poor. You want to hear really bad use of words? Can I say something without anyone else? Do I have to disclaim it?
Do it, buddy. Do it.
They should have just bombed that track. Oh. I mean, I say that about other things in life, and I almost threw it out, and then I thought, well, yeah, but it's still pretty funny. I'm going to say it. I can't
I mean,
disclaim it now.
at least you give us some elevation changes if you did.
I hate Silverstone with
Do you know
passion.
what I think is my most overrated track?
Hmm.
Laguna Seca.
Oh my. The show's over, everyone. You can blame Amir. I can't sit here anymore in peace.
No, like let's be honest though. Other than the corkscrew, what is so great about that track?
Well, it's in California.
I don't care.
Um,
I'm talking about the track itself. Other than corkscrew corner, there's nothing great about that track.
I disagree. I disagree. I think it's
Okay.
I think it's too short.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it could use another half mile and another 3 turns for sure. I'm not
Okay.
going to argue that it's ridiculously short and basic.
I made some people angry. It's good. I'm happy.
Oh, I'm pissed off, but I'm having a hard time arguing it. Yeah, you know.
I mean, when I compare it to like other prestigious tracks out there, like it's not that great. Like it doesn't really promote like a lot of I don't know. Like to me, it's other than corkscrew. Like yeah, you get the thrill of exciting of driving through it, but other than that, like it's an okay track. Like I don't think it's as prestigious as people make it out to be.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't care anymore.
All right, and on that note, guys, this is where we're gonna end the simping.
Okay, you know, I have to concede. I do. I do. Outside the corkscrew, and even with the corkscrew, it's a pretty boring track.
Oh yeah,
And if you
I mean,
know it, it's such an easy track to just put yourself on autopilot.
yeah.
You're like not even thinking about it. You're just turning laps because it's like, yeah, I know outside of doing something stupid, the throttle or brake here or there.
Because that's it to me. Like the only enjoyment I get out of that track is trying to master corkscrew. Like everything else is kind of very easy corners and not hard corners. Doesn't really take a lot of skill, like to drive it fast, like be quick, like than everybody else. Yeah, I mean that's with every track. But other than that, like it's just to me, it's just an ordinary track.
And I don't even know why I'm standing up for Laguna. You know what? I always preferred
Uh-huh.
Sonoma anyway. I think Sears Point is a phenomenally awesome track.
Hmm.
So you know what? Yeah, I'll give you a Laguna. Laguna sucks,
Yes, I won. All right.
and the people of that area would love if they tore it down anyway.
I know they've lost in court so many times, and that's the only reason why I want Laguna to continue because no, like and this is just my beef with every other,
The
you
yuppies
know,
can't take it.
all the yuppies. Like, sorry, that track was there before you moved in and lived there and built your house there. Sorry, deal
Agreed.
with it. Like now, if they built the track after there was like the gated communities and the suburbs and all that shit, I can give you a little bit of sympathy. But no, sorry, you decide to live next to a racetrack, deal with it.
Yeah, it is ridiculously short. It's I don't know if it's overrated. It's overloved but not overrated. Big Willow.
I like Bill Willow.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's almost Laguna backwards. It's like it,
But the
it
elevation changes make it a little tricky in some parts.
well then you got to give Laguna more credit.
Not really.
Just
I mean,
massive
that's it.
elevation change.
Other than corkscrew, there's nothing.
The turn after the corkscrew is nasty.
No, it's super easy, dude.
Oh my god. Go
It's super
watch
easy.
practice for any real life racing there. No, I've looped a car.
No, when I
I've
race there,
looped a
it's
car
super
coming
easy.
off of, is that 9? That's 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
10, 11. 9. And it's funny enough, it's coming off of 9 that I've looped. I looped the Chotis there at like a very, very high rate of speed.
Yeah.
I looped that car a few times. That car's a little unstable.
I was about to say, like, it's not the most. We've had talks about it. Like, it's not it was never the most balanced car for you guys to drive.
Despite being a front-engined car, front-engine rear-wheel drive, it's vulnerable to like a confidence lift, like almost like a 911. Like, if you're
Mm-hmm.
at a good rate and you come away from balanced throttle and, like, oh shit, I'm too fast, and you
Yeah.
lift the throttle, the car loves to just go around quickly, instantly. Like, just whoop!
Yeah.
And I've done it twice, and both times it was the same thing. Totally different circumstance, but both times I looped it at what I would call medium to high speed, like over 80, somewhere between
Mm-hmm.
80 and 90.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. It was probably more like 65 to 75. It is just a
Okay.
Chotus. But coming down the corkscrew, that car gets going. So by the time you come out at
Yeah.
9, I think you're doing at least 75 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking at a speedometer, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I found out through AC Evo, like Area 52 is underneath Laguna Seca because I fell through it a couple of times. Dan knows. Dan was watching the stream. He was staring at my crotch the whole time.
Michael Tuck, long time no see. Welcome to the
Hey, Michael.
show. David Scott, good morning. Mr. Joe Dynamite, good morning to you. I have my note here. Evo over the weekend. I'll do it.
Yeah.
It'll be my live testing of Evo. First look, I'll do no more than make sure I have my controls working. And then I'm going to just start up the game and you'll see my reaction to everything from the first moment.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! All right, no, I'm excited. Crotch shots. Oh, you were doing crotch shots?
Oh, like every time I felt like when I
That's
was
supposed
driving
to be on
Evo,
our
like trying to get up.
OnlyFans page.
I know. It leaks out. I'm sorry, my bad. It was when I was falling through the hole at Laguna Seca. Like the camera would just automatically like go down to my crotch.
Chotus, the most uncomfortable name for a race car. It's a famous car. I mean, I've literally seen. Not sure if it was Lucky Dog or Lemon. One of them literally has had that car on the event T-shirt because it's just such a known car. I was really lucky to be a part of that team. I mean, there's so many Lemons teams that you could get involved with, but I just happened to get on one where the car is really fun. The guys have been doing it so long that they knew everybody in the series, and then on top of it, the car was like famous, so you actually had like a fan base. We did. We had so Chris, Chris CXE Simulation had the Chotus built by a professional modder for Assetto Corsa. And we had the Chotus, and we also had Button Willow, which is the track that we raced at a lot.
Hmm? I remember you streamed that a long time ago.
Yeah, I actually trained for going there, so I knew the car and shift points, and kind of knew the balance of the car a little bit. Knew the layout of the track like the back of my hand. I'd already raced there before I raced the Chotus, but all right, Le Mans Ultimate. They just had their update 3 patch 2. That was on the 21st, 3 days ago, and in that, a whole slew of updates. General and tech, some bug fixes, gameplay like pit requests, road progression, track limits and wet conditions, some fixes to teams and drivers on the grid, race weekend fixes, online championships, hosted servers, co-op. So a lot. Look at track updates, car updates, and so on.
It's good, man. Still, like there was still some more things they need to be fixed before that, but it's good. They're still working on like, man, like I don't think anybody's bought them yet, so I don't know, or if they're actually doing well after they released the rank servers and everything. I don't know. It's still I don't know if it's still a hit or miss with Studio 396 continuing on or not.
Right. That's a shame.
Yep.
It's a real shame.
But I mean, it's good to see that they're actually still working on it. So that that gives a little bit of hope.
Max, your poor master. He keeps talking to no one. Is there a free clinic for mental health? Is he checking up on me? Oh, he's just back there sleeping. All right. EA Sports WRC. The legendary Fafe Rally stage is coming. So on January 28th, they have a big update. A lot of new stuff coming to WRC.
Rally Portugal. Nice.
Yeah, and then update to Rally Monte Carlo. The new Citroen C3, in addition to 4 other cars. Let's see, the C2 Citroen. I'm not. Is it Tron or Troin?
Citroen.
Citroen C2 R2 Max, Citroen C3 WRC, Citroen DS3 WRC 2012, Citroen Exara kit car, the Volkswagen Polo, and the Peugeot 206. There's some shots of those cars.
Nice.
Dun dun dun! Rally cars look cool.
Is it just me, or does it feel like EA's pouring more love into WRC than they are into the F1 game? Like, I constantly see updates for WRC, but not too many for F1.
You're right. The only thing they do for F1 is they change the driver challenge.
Yeah,
so they get
or they do liveries.
Yeah,
but not much else.
Yeah, they don't. I agree. They it must mean that the sales were strong for the game.
Yeah.
Because EA is like, believe me, they don't care about making games. They care about making money.
Yep.
So if something isn't making money, they pull the plug. If something's making money, they feed the beast, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's fair. So the new Maestros update, 28th. French leaning, French track, French cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oui.
Parlez-vous le français?
Un peu.
Yeah, je m'appelle Amir.
Je m'appelle Sean. Now we've used all my French.
Oui. No. I apologize, our French viewers. I apologize. Not everybody sounds like Pepe Le Pew.
My Stream Deck's too far away. I can't pull up that disclaimer when I need it. French toast. French toast. Ritza Studios. The first AMS2 updated 2025 is soon to roll out. Version 1.6.3.5. I need to stop doing that. We'll wrap the 1.6.3x dev cycle with several bug fixes plus physics, audio, and AI fine-tuning. Special attention to give to the various karting classes and oval variants of the F-USA classes. Some previews below. Super karts.
Fixing their karts and okay.
I never got to drive one of these in my karting days, and I really, really, really wanted to. For many years, it was one of these that held like the track record at like Sonoma and at Big Wheel. I don't think that's the case anymore.
I don't even know if I'd call those go-karts. I mean, aren't you at that point where like maybe
suspension.
It's a step below? It's like a step below Skip Barber.
Yeah, but they have zero suspension. You still are just using frame flex as your only form of suspension. Man. So I would imagine these things are really brutal because like my kart, like if I hit a bump in my kart, it would like it could break a rib. It did. If you hit in the corners because your seat kind of sticks into your ribs actually.
Yep.
But I ran a 125 Vortec ICC shifter kart.
Oh, dude, like I remember
it was as badass as they had in the day. It's what Scott Speed raced the same year, by the way.
Okay, I mean I've driven a couple of fast go karts, and there's a couple of times where like I walked away with like the side of my back is all bruised up from the seat, slamming into the seat so many times.
Yep.
And then anytime you hit a bump or anything, like you feel that shock go from the bottom of your spine all the way to the top of your neck.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I ran one race on the California Speedway Roval, and we were hitting 120 in our 125 shifters back then. I had to have a custom gear for the rear that was literally the exact size of the axle. Because you needed the anyway, it was the only way to gear it out enough. It was crazy. So, let's see here. And then there's their Formula USA, which looks
Yeah,
like, what is that, like 98 IndyCar? I'm
yeah,
just
it looks like a
guessing the year.
'90s, yeah, late '90s Indy cars. Yep. Yeah, I remember that livery. Those two liveries in the back. Yeah, those are
Yeah,
like late '90s. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, back in the day.
I think that's like,
Um,
isn't that like Vassar's livery, the red one from back
was
in the
it the
day?
Target? Yeah,
Yeah, it's supposed to be the Target.
yeah,
Well, it's called something else, but
yeah.
yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what's his face? The big giant blonde dude. Um,
I don't know. I can't remember all.
the
It's so long
loudmouth.
ago, man.
The loudmouth. What's his name? Isn't he Canadian? Of course. No.
Mm.
Wow, my brain sucks.
Uh,
No,
yeah,
no.
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Richie Hearn did run that livery too. Also, the red and yellow. Um, Paul Tracy, thank you. That's who.
Oh,
Yes, Paul
okay. All
Tracy.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Race Room, they had their big shootout. So these 16 drivers have qualified for the DTM Esports Series. One of them being Jack Keatley, our buddy.
yeah. Nice. Yeah, hell
Uh,
yeah. I love
Other
Jack.
names I reckon. I mean, these are all the biggest names in all of Race Room. Actually, a lot of them are repeat offenders.
Yeah, yeah, man. Jack's a super nice dude, man. I met him a couple of times at the expo. Super, super nice dude.
he's
Man,
he's one of
he's
the
awesome.
coolest people you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
super chill, super laid back. Like, just he's like one of the bros. Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome seeing him, man.
yeah. So Saturday, February 1st is the Race Room 2.4 hour Daytona. We'll see if there's shenanigans there. Um, Paul Tracy's turning into AJ Foyt. Overtake talked about there being new locations shown in build up to Japanese Driftmaster release.
Nice.
Here, I'm gonna play this.
I want to play. Yeah, I played the prelude for it. It was really good. It was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still am not that into drifting.
I I'm not either, but like I really like the Japanese car culture. This is what kind of why I want to play it is because of that.
Well, that's relevant.
Yeah.
They have a 240Z.
They do.
Oh, now I have to go play it.
I mean, that's well, that was I think it was like one of the biggest cars back in the day for in Japan.
Yeah, but not for drifting because they're kind of expensive compared to like a
Yeah.
240S. Actually, because of drifting, good luck getting a 240S. If you found a 240S, it'd probably be worth a fortune.
Yeah.
All right, SCS Software
Yeah,
having a
I
little
know.
teaser for American Truck Simulator. They're showing off some Missouri.
These guys never stop with the updates, man. It's like
Yeah.
every week, like bam, bam, bam. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing. Like that's all, dude. It's all. I wish like everybody else was like that.
Feeding the beast. You know why? Because everyone who
Yeah.
plays this game religiously buys every piece of DLC.
Yep.
And you know what? And good for them for doing it. I'm not. You know what? When a
Yeah.
game is good, you buy the DLC without even thinking about it. So
Yep.
if you love the game you're
Yep.
playing, you know, I've been there, done that. So I have to do it with iRacing every day, every 12 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, but we kind of have to, and that is we're not.
I think I would anyway. No, I think at this point I would be like, well, I really don't race oval
Yeah.
anymore that much. Like there was a time where I was an oval racer. Then
Yeah.
there was a time where I was both, and now I'm kind of just pretty much a road racer. So it's
Yeah.
not that I wouldn't do an oval race, and it's not even that I wouldn't buy new oval content, but I'd be selective. Versus on the road side, I have a feeling I'd just click buy. Like it doesn't matter. Once it goes on sale. You should see my brother. Try to buy my brother a console game made this year, and he would get so mad at you. He'd return it for sure. He will not even play
Really?
it. Yeah, he's like, I don't. He stays 2 years behind for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, you can get it from the bargain bin by that
Yep.
time. Yeah.
And he doesn't buy the next year until a year later. So, like, he's playing, like, 22 hockey.
Oh
you know?
wow.
And
Okay.
he's not going to buy 23 until 25 comes out. When he can
Yeah.
get 23 for $5.95 or $9.95 or something.
I mean, I look at this. Yeah, sports games like there's no point, and because it comes out, it comes out every year, very little changes to it. Like what's the point? Like other than players have changed. You know, they've moved to other teams. Yeah.
If you're a super fan of a team in a
Hmm.
game, I understand. So, like, my brother plays a lot of the UEFA soccer, right?
Yeah.
And or no, but they have a Premier League division
Yep.
in the game, and so he plays as the Wolves because that's our team. We love the Wolves.
Okay.
But the game's like 2 years old, and it's like Podence doesn't play for them anymore. He doesn't play for
Yeah.
them anymore. He does, it's like the whole team. There are guys who played for him and have left since then.
Right.
And so it's in that case, I can see like needing the new one just to keep it straight,
Yeah.
right? So, all right, Sim Magic did another update. This update was really specifically made to get some presets for Assetto Corsa Evo. So basically, what you now have is full Evo support for Sim Magic devices, which is really handy
Alright.
because what's on my rig? A Sim Magic Ultimate
Magic.
with a Sim Neo X hub and their flat
Yeah.
bottom round wheel, which I've now driven every kind of car with that flat bottom round wheel, and I can, it's like, yeah, it's a little big and round for driving a, prototype car, but it never feels wrong,
Right.
Like, yeah, there might be something more optimal, but in that shape, I could do rally racing. The flat bottom didn't bother me. I can do road racing. Which is cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, the latest version of SimPro is out. Update your Sim Magic. It'll work with Evo.
Nice.
Opinion on Sim Magic. Micro Center has a cheap bundle right now and thinking of getting it. Kyle, as long as it's the V2, meaning that it has the barrel power connector, I think they call it, versus the PS4 looking one. Sim Magic is really good, and they what I really like about Sim Magic now that I'm really thinking, I like the buttons they select specifically. Like this Neo X, the buttons are like super duper snappy, and I just that's what I like a button to feel like. They use good components. I'm real happy with my Sim Magic stuff.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah,
than the power plug.
Yeah. If it's on sale and cheap, dude, yeah, I would go for it if I were you, man.
Yeah. Next level, introducing the ERS 5 seat, which looks kind of just like my ESR 3.
No, it's different. Like both. So I have the 4. They're supposed to send me the 5. Dude, there's a really big difference between the 3 and the 4. Like, not so much styling wise, it's a little bit different. But dude, they've upped the game when it comes to comfort level. Like, I don't want to talk too much about it because you'll see when I review the ERS 4, and then after that I'll do the ERS 5. But they've really stepped up their game when it comes to comfort levels for these seats, man. Oh yeah.
So does that mean that I'm gonna have to give them a hard time and tell them that my ESR3 is a little uncomfortable? I'd really love to have an ERS4 on it.
I still have to. I don't know, between the 4 and the 5. I still have to try the 5 once it gets to me.
I'm just going by price.
Yeah.
The 4 is more expensive. It's $299. Yep. The 5 is $249.
Okay, yeah, I saw. Yeah, I don't know why, like
with that sideways stitching and the red.
Yeah, I don't know why the 4 is more expensive than the 5. Like, to me, it would seem like the 5 should be more expensive than the 4. But I guess I'll find that out once I get it.
V-shaped stitching might be something to do with that.
So on the 4, there's white stitching. That's why it doesn't really show as well. It's white stitching versus red.
And this is that interesting material in the middle. What is the 5? Let me see the 5. No, it's the same material, right?
Yep, it's the same materials their other seats. Yeah, they got they got the PU leather with suede, or the aero mesh, they call it. Like the aero mesh fabric.
Dirge, if I get a new one, I'll hook you. We can talk about that. Okay, yes, here's the side by side of the two.
Yep.
Okay, so one's just slightly taller. Yeah. Hi, buddy. What's up, Maxie?
Yeah, the shape of the back is a little bit different. The holes where the seat belts go through is different.
They're calling the 4 the comfort racing seat versus the 5 being the fitted racing. Ooh, I want the comfort.
Oh, I already have that one. Yeah. Yeah, but it's a lot more comfortable than the 3. I'll say that right now. Like that's a quick take on it.
I like comfort. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
buddy. You're still there. Hi, what's up, monkey? Hi.
Yeah, Dan, the 4, like just looking at it, like when I was trying it out, like I've got it like right over here. It's on the rig over here. It's a lot wider, so if you're a big guy, like it will fit, if you're a big dude like over 200 plus pounds, like it will fit you perfectly fine, like it will be able to sit in it comfortably. But yeah, the 3, yeah, the 5 looks a bit more fitted. So yeah, I won't go too much into seat because you gotta watch the review
coming. Review coming. All right, the Sim Pit Rally, which I did make a run, but it didn't go well. But we'll get them next time. We are at Rally Kenya this week, and it just finished up yesterday. And it's PC Deadman who won the event with 35 minutes flat. Heiko coming in second, only 1.1 second back after 35 minutes of racing. Caractacus coming in third, 34.906. David S., Leshmall, Max Power, May Racer, Dirge, Yana Block, and Frito Sporter are our top 10. And I did finish, so I posted, which is cool. But I'm 18 minutes off with my 2 DNFs and finished 23rd.
Heiko coming strong, man. Like after being away for 2 years and coming back.
Yeah, he is.
And he's only behind because he had a 5-second penalty.
He's the rally master.
I know.
Our standings look like this after 3 events. David S. leading the way, 55 points. Heiko in second, 43 points. HS Whipperman. PC Deadman, Callum in third with 37 points. Alesh Mom and Caractacus are both hounding 1 point behind Alesh. So if you would like to join the Simpit Rally League, you'd missed 3 events. There's no getting around that. But every rally can be won. So we start Rally Iberia today, and anyone can win that rally. So look for the Simpit Rally Club. Is there a link in this description? Yeah. I know there's a link in my live stream yesterday of Rally and all of my Rally streams. But if you do a search for Simpit Rally Club, you can join us.
Yep.
We have a really good season going on. Really good. Great results going on. I dig it.
Yeah.
6'4", 240. So yeah, the 4 looked like it had a much taller back.
Yeah.
David Scott, 6'4".
The back isn't so much taller. It's wider. Like it's the seat and stuff is wide, and then the bolsters on the sides are like curve out a little bit more than like the ERS 3.
David Scott, you're 6'4". So how many times in your life have you been asked, you play basketball? And in the world of basketball, you're not even that tall. But I know to like normal people, 6'4" is extremely tall. What are you, 6 foot? 6'1"?
I'm 6'2", like about 200 pounds, and it fits me just perfectly. Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I don't have it on. Oh, you guys got lucky. I was gonna be
what?
I was gonna be a dick. I'm not gonna be a dick. All right. 6'4", 249. You play football? Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say it. F you both. Everybody in here who's over 5'11", F you. Sorry.
That's everybody.
I'm everybody. F you all. F you all.
I mean, aren't you taller than Tom Cruise?
No.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I don't think he's truthful. I think he wears lifts and he's like, he does. I'm 5'6", right, or whatever. I am
Yeah.
5 foot 5.5 inches tall barefoot. But I don't say that. When people ask me, I say I'm 5'5". I round down. I don't even round up.
Okay.
When I was younger and played sports, I had a tendency to walk on my toes. Just like my normal gait was like a little, yeah. And now that I've noticed now that I'm older, I walk on my heels. I'm like, wow, you're like 2 inches shorter than you used to be. And that's why I think people always thought I was taller than I was. It was because of the way, because when I walk, I actually walk tall. I walk tall,
Right.
man. I walk tall, and I'll kick your ass. I'm 6'2". F you. I'll drop you. I always say people are one good knee shot away from being my height. Not that I'm a vicious man of any means. Sean, great at parties, set drinks on its... Christian, F you, and F you especially. You're on my F you list today. Andrus, listen, 6'3", 330 pounds. Oh my God.
Damn.
Wow, I guess you are. F you all. F all of you. You're all a bunch of tall mother... No wonder you sim race and not real race. No, I can't. I do have big legs. And I will, you know what? My shoulders are as broad as most of the 6-foot people in here. And honestly, I used to wrestle. So like tall guys, I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but like, I like tall guys. Oh, no, you'll be on the ground. We're not standing up and fighting.
But just think about this, Sean. You actually have an advantage though when it comes to racing.
I'm actually
like in real life. If you were to race, no, you'd be perfect. I'm
too short.
I don't know. Like have you seen some of these F1 drivers? I think one of them's barely 5'2", 5'3".
I think the ideal is like 5'7" to 5'9". I think that is no.
They're shorter than 5'9". Yeah. Like I remember, you remember back in the day. Like watching F1 for so long. Like I see it all the time. Back in the day, like I'm saying, back in the day. Look, showing I'm old. But back in the day, when they used to have grid girls, and like you'd see. The girls were so much taller than the drivers. The drivers would be looking up to look at their faces.
Yeah. Joe, is that you? 5'10", 180, 34? That sounds... Dude, what are you, 18? That sounds about perfect, isn't it?
But I mean, like in karting, though, and go-karts, you'd be the perfect driver. Because, like, for me, like, I see it, man, like, because I'm taller and bigger, like, I weigh the go-kart down. I'm slower than the guy that's like 5'6", 5'7", and weighs like 120 pounds wet. Like he's just zooming around because he's got less weight to carry around.
So I'm not as light as you'd think. So even though I'm only 5'5", I weigh about... Well, when I was racing, I weighed a little less, but now I weigh like 165. But or 160. Which I know is a lot less than a lot of you guys, but like in karting days, I weighed like 145.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people I'd race, racers are skinny. A lot of the guys I'd race against were like 5'9", skinny guys. So I'd actually weigh the same as they did. But even with that said, my kart class was 385, driver and kart combined. And me and my kart only came in at like 345, 350.
Yeah. So
I actually had to add like 20 to 35 pounds of lead depending on the series I was running in. Yes, and small dogs live longer too. Indeed. And I mean, mobility and things like that is how you use it. I mean, I feel like I still have really good mobility. I'm having some shoulder problems, but like, I mean, I still can move around and do stuff, and I ride bikes and motocross and ride an electric scooter. I love my electric scooter. So I mean, I try to keep his youthful version of it, and I think being short has helped me honestly in that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I struggle because what is that? I tried to sign up for one of the open wheeler cars, like the track experience at the Nürburgring, but I couldn't fit in it. Like
Right.
you would be able to fit in it, but I was too tall to actually be able to fit in it. They didn't have an open, like I think it was like an F3 car, like equivalent of an F3 car.
Right.
I couldn't fit in it. Like I was like, and I couldn't sign up because they didn't have one big enough for me. Where like you'd be able to fit in it perfectly.
Star Fox,
So you got some disadvantages.
When
You
I
got
was
some
in
advantages.
elementary school, I was tiny. I mean, tiny, right? So, like, anyway, and I had a teacher who'd be like, "Oh, well, you could be a jockey," and I can't tell you, it was like one of the most insulting things that was ever said to me. I was so friggin' pissed for years. Well, obviously, here I am at this current age, and I still remember. And I was like, I don't want to be a friggin' jockey. That's not a consolation. That's not a silver lining, you fat bit. All right. Amir is a monster. He's horrible. No, I mean,
I'm the worst. Fee, fi, fo, fum.
if we can, that's the skit we're gonna do in Chicago.
I smell Sean running. I don't know.
Oh, don't hurt me, Mr. Giant. We are the. I'm sorry. Okay, so the SimPit Fantasy League, is that what we're calling it?
Yes.
The SimPit Fantasy League. Oh, thank you, Joe. We finally made a slight comeback. Last week at Lime Rock, it was Joe Dynamite scored 69 points for Team Sean.
He did good for you.
Brandon Carl scoring 41 points. We are now 185 to 210. I'm losing. This week it's on. Winton is a. Have you driven Winton in the BMW?
No, I haven't driven it. I haven't had time to. I was probably like on Saturday or Sunday, maybe do like a couple laps around there.
It's a little track, right?
It is a tiny track, yeah.
But it is so nasty that this might have been one of the longest learning curves of a new track I've had in a long time. It took me probably 30 laps before I was like, oh, okay, I think I know the layout perfectly now, and I can start like getting better. It was terrible. It was fun in the end. It was really fun in the end. Me, Tony, and Chris were turning some laps together. That was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Andrus's friend bought a Lotus Exige 310. You could barely fit in the passenger seat. Those cars are ridiculously small. Yeah. But like, I guess the cars that I've had trouble weren't actually race cars. They were Lemons cars. And so when you convert a car, you pull the stock seat out, and people usually slam the racing seat as low as they can, because it's about getting the weight down as low as you can. Well, for a little guy like me, well, now the dashboard is totally in my way. I can't see over the front of the car at all. In the Chodas, Brian, one of the guys, my teammates, was like 6'3" to 6'5" range. You know, after 6'1", I can't tell how tall you are, by the way, anymore. I can't even tell if you have hair anymore. Yeah, I just like it. It's just sort of like there's like enough moisture than haze between. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see your eyes usually at 6'1", 6'3", but after that it just sort of disappears.
What are you gonna do when we're at the Sim Expo in Chicago this year?
I warned you, protect your knees. I just need to hobble you, and then it'll be all fine. No, I will. I won't be able to see your hair. That's what I'll do. Very interesting. At the end of this season, I'm going to be interested to see. Like, I'm starting to have more fun than I did at the beginning, so now I'm kind of getting into it a little bit, right? I'm going to be interested to see what you all think of this at the end. I'm going to be interested to see what Joe, Ola, Oldest, Andrus, Brandon, and Neil think of it. And we might expand on this next year, or next season, because it's been something different, kind of cool, and I think we could pick up a little momentum with it.
Yeah.
So, all right. We're down to sim rigs. Anything I missed?
Oh my gosh.
Anything you're thinking about? I gotta take the
No.
dog out.
So far, everything I can just I'll save to the till we get to the end. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna look for rigs. You could almost get to it, because no one posts rigs anymore. Now it's just a bunch of here I am driving.
I believe we have a submission in our Discord.
Oh, I gotta go get that.
Yeah, Tiago Willman's post sent.
Oh, we gotta check out
posted
Tiago's
something.
rig.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a PVC rig. This one's cool. Oh, it's someone like, is this a good deal? Old Logitech wheel on a PVC rig for $1,000? No, don't do it. Good lord.
Well, I mean, it's the Logitech with the Subaru seat and PV. No, yeah, still not 1,000. No.
By the way, anyone want to buy a TikTok-enabled iPhone? I'm letting this one go for $5,000, just so you know.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys don't have TikTok in the States anymore.
Well, I do.
Oh.
Because if you...
I never had TikTok. I never had TikTok to begin with. So it doesn't bother me.
Oh no. Call us back immediately. Oh no.
Huh?
The message I got.
Oh.
Hello. This voicemail is from Comcast Xfinity. Our system shows your 50% discount offer on your monthly bill is set to end today. Call us back immediately at the number displayed on your caller ID to lock in your rate and avoid changes.
It's a
to your
total
account.
bullshit, though.
Thank you.
Yep. Your discount ends. Call us immediately.
And what's bad, I have Xfinity, but that is not
Yeah.
from Xfinity, by the way.
No, dude, I get some stuff every once in a while, like spam messages and stuff. Yeah, I just ignore them all.
All right.
Anyways, rigs.
Yeah.
We gotta look at.
I was looking at
Tiago's.
Joe's comment. Yeah, no, I didn't I don't understand anyone doing that too. And it's gonna be such a short term benefit. Like, dude, you can go 2 weeks without TikTok. You're not gonna lose your mind. All right, there's a rig. Commercial rigs. Commercial.
I do, Tom, because I have a Google Fi phone. Because, like, I bought it. Yeah, like, when I was on one of my deployments, I asked Sean was nice enough, so I sent the phone to Sean. He activated it for me and then mailed it to me, so I can have a U.S. number, use Google Fi with free roaming, free data and everything. So I have a U.S. number, yeah. So I get calls every once in a while.
Did you just rat out some illegal action by me on?
It wasn't illegal.
In front of.
It wasn't illegal.
No, that's not okay.
That's not illegal. It just said all they say is it has to be activated in the States. That's all they say. Oh yeah, Sean. Who are we gonna pick next? Who are we gonna pick next week to race?
We'll see. Oh. Yes. Okay, so Lebanon, circuit to Lebanon. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I went first last time. Now it's your turn.
I'm going with Joe Dynamite.
All right. I can only really go with one driver because I'm going with what's circuit to Lebanon? I'm going with Neil.
All right.
Neil for my next race.
Andres, I will try to implement that into this memory of what we're doing here. So is this a good moment to do it, Andres, or do you want us to declare on Discord to you before this moment? All right. I think we're done with rigs. Oh no, we're gonna go to Discord rig.
Yeah, we got to do the Discord rig because we don't really do the Reddit.
Oh, look at this sim. All right, this is worth looking at. I literally used to play this.
Perfect.
I'm no joke. This was like.
Oh, I had that too. I had this game too when I was a kid.
Yeah, like my favorite.
Yeah.
And if you think about the technology we had at the time, it was actually a really brilliant game. I mean.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's get over to Discord. You guys say goodbye to Amir. You're gonna lose Amir for a little bit. Sim rigs. Post your rig. Here's post your rig. And
later, Tom.
bear with me. Sorry. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Copy link. Dun dun. Oh, is this like under the stairs?
That's what it looks like.
Tiago, isn't it warm there? That looks hot. See what we have to do? See what we have to do
I
to
know.
sim race?
Create spaces for us to sim race. But at least he can't see anything like past the monitor. Like everything's like he's like, he's blocked from all the other distractions that can go on around your sim rig.
Well, ironically, David Payne had just posted this post before. Because people will buy and pay money for these enclosures.
I've seen this video. This guy does a pretty cool job of building this enclosure for his. No, he built this himself.
Right?
Yeah, I watched this video a couple weeks ago.
That's pretty cool. I like his toe bar handle.
Using curtains,
Oh, he's got lighting and ventilation.
Yep.
Oh, now I want to do one. Are you gonna put one of these on your Forever rig?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, there just leaves like no root. Like, yeah, it gets hot in the summertime.
Okay, buddy, I'm almost done.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it. Like, summertime, it'd just get way too hot.
Right. My dog would like me to end the show, everyone. So, here, let's bring back Amir. Sorry, we need Amir back.
Oh, I'm not back. Oh, darn.
No, I'm sorry. Now you're back. There we go.
Hi, everybody.
How could you use OLEDs on that? I know. And the skylight. Oh. All right. Cool. Well, I've had fun. You guys.
Me too.
Thank you for getting us over 50. I wasn't gonna really cancel this show. I was just kidding. I have too much fun doing this. All right, so over the weekend, I will do my best to not too bad. Over the weekend, I'm gonna get in and do an AC Evo stream. Get it downloaded, get it set up so it's running, and do it. Over the weekend, I will have my Sim Magic Neo X Hub review out, and believe it or not, I'm already working on other stuff. It's crazy. Stuff, lots of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, it's gonna be a working weekend for me. I will not be here next Friday, so I'll be out of town. Amir will be here, he says. Holding you to it now. I won't even be able to be here. I won't even be able to watch. I'll be that far out of town.
I can't let Tom Jones down. I can't. He's the CEO of the company, and I don't want to piss him off.
The show must go on, right? All right. Kenny Step. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Have a good day. Man? Have a good day, buddy. To you as well. Star Fox, I don't see, and Pro Sim. Dan, I don't think I said good morning and hello. So hello and goodbye to anyone else that I might have missed. Mr. Law got in here as well. Where am I going? To space? Oh, I'll be in space, Star Fox. I am going to Los Angeles. I have some, I don't know if I told you guys. I gave you the emergency moment. My uncle passed away. So we were on the show. I don't know if you guys remember. It was a few weeks ago. And I got a text that kind of alarmed me during the show. That was my uncle going into ICU. And then he ended up passing away a few days later. So I am going to LA for a memorial service and to see my entire family. So it's... I guess you could even call it bittersweet. I mean, it's somber. I'm going because my uncle passed away. But it's also nice because I'm going to see family members who I haven't seen in over 10 years, too. So it has its silver lining.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a rough period of time. It's been a rough 2025 so far, but I'm doing fine. As you say, I was in a fun, sarcastic, goofy mood today. That's a good sign, and it's all good. Get to hang out with my mom. That's always nice, and we're taking the dog down there because we don't kennel him, and we don't have friends who will watch him. So we're taking the dog with us, and should be pretty cool. Anyway. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm tapped out. How about you, Amir? Any last thoughts?
Yeah, same. I think over the weekend, I didn't do any fun races last week because we were Daytona. I didn't think anybody would be up for fun races, so I'll have something going again this Sunday. So stay tuned. I'll post something either later today or tomorrow about what we're gonna do. I'm working on stuff too. I got to finish the next level ERS 4 seat review. Then I'm gonna jump into the Samsung 49-inch OLED TV, or not TV, monitor review. Do some more AC Evo, and some other projects come down the road too. So stay tuned. I'm excited.
Stay tuned. Good stuff. Good stuff in the futures. And I was just telling Amir some super duper secret things that are on the way here to the sim pit. Stuff I can't talk about. Stuff I can't even. I've already said too much. I better get off the air. I'm just a liability here today. All right. No, I can't, Dan. No. I'll get in big trouble. Big trouble. Little China. All right. That's gonna do it for everybody. That's gonna do it for us. You guys can stay here. I can leave the stream going. You guys can just talk amongst yourselves. I gotta go. I gotta take my dog out. He's looking at me funny. And anyway, it's been a great show. Had a great time. Thank you for being here and being part of the Sim Pit community. Be sure to give the show a thumbs up if you had a lot of fun. If you're new, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can find out when we're live or when our next video comes out. And thanks for hanging out with us. I'm Sean Cole. That is Amir Saad.
Yeah.
And we will see you on the track. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
Later, guys.